Good morning, babies. This is a general message, so take what resonates and leave the rest. It is timeless, so whenever you find it, it is the right time. So, weird thing, as soon as I tapped into this energy, I got left shoulder pain. So, I don't know, maybe someone who's having the shoulder pain or shoulder stuff. I believe in an emotional energetic thing. It's like an issue with your mom or something like that, or a female in your life. So I don't know, it just came to me. I felt the need to say it. But we can get into it. So the song I got on shuffle is Toxic by Ashniko, and it goes, you can't stand to see me shine. Better buy a visor. You don't ever cross my mind. What's a sheep to a tiger? On your horse so high, swear to God I'm higher. Now you're begging for a dime, I'ma throw you a fiver. Begging for it, begging for it, begging for some relevance. As soon as I pull up on you, scare you like a skeleton. You can't stand to see me shine. Better buy a visor. You don't ever cross my mind. What's a sheep to a tiger? Leeches leeching, wanna juice me peaches. All eyes on me peepers. You are jeepers creepers. Call me a fucking diva. I'm an overachiever. I'm a knockout anesthesia. Give me a breather. Heard the gossip, heard the rumor that you said you made me who I am. You think you're the man? You're so toxic. Like Britney, bitch, I drop you just cause I can. You think you're the man? Bitch, please. You can't stand to see me shine. Better buy a visor. You don't ever cross my mind. What's a sheep to a tiger? Self-made, self-paid, how dare you speak my name? Where were you yesterday? So lame that I'm your only claim to fame. No way, cliche, you grown men playing games. I'm on point like ballet, you three-headed snake. Heard the gossip, heard the rumor that you said you made me who I am. You think you're the man. You're so toxic. So, obviously, what I'm getting here, because I'll go into the cards also, some of the cards that I was pulling as well. Because the first one that came out, I'm using my animal spirit guidebook. The first one that came out was bear. And it came out in reverse. And I actually got the book for it because what I was seeing was like your inner strength, just from that. And like your ability to know like when to fight and when to run, because like bears will like run if they're scared, but they'll also like fight if they're threatened, like, so they do both. Except for I think polar bears are like hardcore. Like they just kill everything. But I don't exactly know. I've not like researched them or anything like that, and I don't live anywhere where they are existing like in my habitat. But so you're learning that, and so I decided to look in the book, and I was actually surprised on what it spoke about, so I'll kind of go into that. Waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. Interesting. So I like pulled some random tarot cards to use as bookmarks, and I chose not to look at them until just now. And we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So with this, like wakening and the bear coming out of the slumber, and like heard the gossip in the song, that you said you made me who I am. I'm seeing that as your family, friends, just people that like you thought you could trust and like were in your circle. You're now seeing them for who they are, and they're trying, since you're awakening spiritually, excuse me, they're and then you're getting abundance because you're awakening to your powers and your abilities. They're trying to like use you, and you know, with this awakening and beginning anew and realizing stuff, they're trying to like use you because this 10 of cups in reverse is like unhappiness, not happy with your circumstances, because as you see, there's a little family there. I'm seeing it as like toxic family dynamics, toxic group dynamics, that type of thing. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first, the movement, effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move forward toward the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of the spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. So, like, you're feeling like I want to say disgusted. That was the first word that came to mind. You feel disgusted, disappointed. I almost wanted to say disengaged. I don't know. That might resonate for you. Like, I'm kind of seeing that as like, I have never had like closeness with these people. I've never had closeness with any of this. There's no true depth to this. And you're realizing this. And because like how it said, oh shit. Leeches, leechin', wanna juice me peaches, all eyes on me peepers, you are jeepers creepers, call me a fucking diva, I'm an overachiever, I'm a knockout anesthesia, give me a breather. So like they're like bashing you for the changes you're making, and they don't like that you're setting boundaries or that you're like changing yourself and growing and starting to act differently, because when you're on this spiritual path, awakening from your slumber, like you start to change. Yes, things are different because like you with the people around you like basically bullying you into staying your old way because they don't like the new you, because they can't benefit, they can't leech off of you. Leeches leeching, trying to juice your peaches, like juice me. They can't get what they want, and they're dissatisfied with this. And they're also like embarrassed because, not embarrassed, but they're being caught by your behavior. And so they start acting even more like bullying you and like saying like, oh, well, you're just a diva. You're asking too much. Why all of a sudden do you not want me to call you in the middle of the night? Or like, what I'm getting is like when a mom just like shows up at your house like unannounced, like so what I'm getting, like, say like your parents, you know, live somewhere near you, like a town over or something like that, and they just show up at your house like unannounced, like because they think that like they can do that without like asking to come over. That's what I'm getting with that. Like, I don't know. It was a weird download, but maybe that resonates for somebody. And then they're like, well, what do you mean I can't just show up when I want? Well, I want to see my grandkids. I want to see my son. I want to see my daughter. I want to, you know, all this stuff. Like, well, and then they'll try to like manipulate you because they brought you food or they bought you something, when in fact they're like, they're just crossing boundaries, and like it's a power and domination thing. Interesting. And very interestingly, the way the cards fell out was in order of the book, so I found that very interesting and intriguing. The next one we got was Rabbit. And initially from this, since this was just my interpretation before I read the book, we have the orange and the purple. And in this, it goes from orange to pink to purple. So I've had like aura pictures done, and the orange is like associated with the sacral chakra. So that's like creativity, abundance, you know, that's where like your babies come from, like whether it's like, you know, energetically, like you're manifesting like money or something like that, uh or you know, just like how you are just a generally creative person, like you have an active imagination, something like that. And then it goes into the pink, and pink is like self-love. And interestingly, how it like we have the corners here, like that's how aura pictures look, where it's like around you. So like pink is like self-love, romance, stuff like that. And this is your energy. And then the purple is like connection to the divine, your higher chakras, your third eye and crown. So you're connected to the divine and your creativity, and you have self-love because of this spiritual awakening. And rabbits, like, you know, we all know, like, you know, fucking like rabbits, like they make babies like nobody's business, so they're creative. And so like they want to do their, you know, they see that you're making big money moves, you're making big moves in your life. They may not be conscious of that you're like manifesting per se, but they see that you're shifting and good things are moving in for you. And so they're wanting to like leech off of that and take from that. But oddly, in the book, it was a bit different than my interpretation. Interesting. So we had the Two of Cups that I picked out in reverse. So I'll read you what it says, and then I'll get into why I'm like, bitch, all right. Afraid of everything, overwhelmed and frozen. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it, so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Oh, shit. When we are scared most often about the future and we become our own worst enemy, we spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words, O rabbit. They shape your destiny. So what I'm getting from that is, with this card especially, people around you, these connections, they try to put fear on you and try to like talk you out of doing shit that's like good for you, because they don't want to see you like in this creative, abundant energy, because they're afraid. It may not be like a true like malicious thing, it very well could be, but they're afraid of the unknown. And then they're like, so they think that they're acting out of a place of love when in fact it's control, and they don't know, they're operating from their fear, therefore they want you to be afraid. And then by them talking constantly, because this is like bad relationships, and that could be like romance, friendships, you know, family, friends, whatever, one-sidedness. So I could see like somebody is used to using you, and they get like, you know, money, energy, like they can call you and vent to you constantly, but like when you need to vent or talk to them, like it's never the same effort. So they want to like put you in fear so they can still get that out of you. You know, whatever help, like say you always go like mow your grandma's lawn or something, and she likes to put fear in you and stuff like that, and like keep you in this like fearful state because you were telling her like, hey, like I'm thinking about moving to a different state. And because like they're benefiting your, you know, your grandma, this is just an example to kind of like explain what I'm interpreting. What I'm getting is that they want to talk you out of moving or going somewhere, because then they're not getting the benefit out of you. Someone is fucking with my throat chakra right now. Fuck off with that, bitch. All right. They don't want me to share this information. So, leech is leeching, and then on your horse so high, swear to God I'm higher. So you're realizing, and this may just be like a gradual thing, or fuck, maybe this video is like helping you open your eyes to it. that they're on their high horse and they're saying like, oh, like, the eagle's gonna get you, like bad things are gonna happen if you move, or if you go be with this person, or because you know, a lot of people, especially in my family, like a lot of people are single, and the family members like want them to stay single because they benefit from them not being in a relationship or certain relationships. So there's always that like control and domination and like putting fear into the other person, to keep them where they are so they can benefit from, you know, getting help. Like, you know, getting one of the examples would be like getting help, like a mom getting her son to help like do construction work at the house for free because they're, you know, locked into this situation where they live a certain place and they're not in a relationship, so they have the time. Yeah, very interesting. Haters be hating right now because these motherfuckers are trying to fuck with me. All right, so the next card we got was Frog. And I just love frogs so much. They are so fucking cute. So you're just super cute, okay? The cards say that you're really cute. You're all just a bunch of cuties, and I have a crush on every single one of you. But what I was getting from this is, with the rain coming down, especially in this card, and I've had dreams where, like I had a ton of like frogs, like I was in a situation with the person and I was like hiding frogs in my closet, and I was like, fuck, like, and I needed to cut this person out in order for those like, frogs to be let out in the dream. And so they like tried to walk into my closet and I was like hiding them and I was like throwing clothes over the frogs. And so I looked it up because I was like, what the fuck did the frogs represent? Because there was like, it was getting out of control. The frogs just kept multiplying and like multiplying. And I did get something out of it that they can represent like abundance and like manifestations and stuff. Like that was my interpretation of it. There's probably a million fucking dream interpretations. Always use your intuition. And that was just like what I got out of it. But I needed to cut that person out of my life to get my manifestations because they were toxic for me, just like the song. They weren't good for me. They were leeching. They were trying to keep me lower. They on your horse so high, swear to God, I'm higher. They were always trying to like put themselves above me, like financially, intellectually, emotionally. Oh, my favorite was like spiritually and like growth wise. I was just like, okay. So in the dream, like, you know, as all these frogs were coming, and so that with the rain coming down, I'm seeing that as like making it rain. Like, you got this money coming in, you've got this abundance, you just have this energy about yourself that's cleansing and clearing. And that's why people like, oh hell, my damn computer just spazzed out. That's why people like your energy, because like you're so healing and cleansing. When they vent to you or like come around you, they like their burdens are lifted, and because they're leeching, and there's no this is, I'm seeing this for everyone you come in contact to, but the ones that don't reciprocate and help and like benefit you energetically or financially, spirit, you know, however, physically, they're just gaining and taking that from you. So in the book, and so we got the Three of Wands, and that's like your ships coming in, the future, waiting for your manifestations to come in. So making it rain, like you got the cash, you got the flow, you got the bag coming in, whether it's like spiritually, love wise, financially, career wise, all of these things are coming in the future, but you had to have to cut these people out. Just like with my dream, I felt like that was significant to share. You have to cut these people out, or because in the dream I was stressing because I was like, fuck, if I don't like let these frogs out soon, they're gonna die. And so I'm seeing that as if you don't cut this toxicity out and let these frogs out, let your manifestations come to fruition, they're just going to shrivel off because you still have these toxic people in your life. Clearing, cleansing, and healing. The frog and the water element are the most inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within the healing element and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. Like, you aren't meant to carry the burdens for these people. Yes, frogs are very fragile. Like, their skin is permeable. Like, you can't, if you have like pet frogs, like, you're not supposed to handle them with your hands, and you have to like wash your hands because like if you get chemicals on them, they could die. Or like the perfumes and shit like that, and like it can, because it absorbs so quickly through their skin. God, fuck off with that. They do not want me to get this message out. So you're not meant to carry these people's burdens, and that's why, because they benefit off you, they're manifesting off you, they're getting your abundance, whether it's energetically, financially, physically, you know, just by you going to go do like chores for them or something like that, they're benefiting off of you. And yes, like, you know, it is nice to like help your family, but what is the intent? Are they just using you? Do you get anything out of it? Is this just a control tactic? Do they guilt you into doing this? How do you feel after you're done? Are you drained? Are you exhausted? Those are questions to ask yourself, because like, you don't fucking owe anybody anything. And don't let these patterns that you're taught as a kid to make you think that you don't owe anybody anything. Yeah, you fucking pushed me out of your vagina, but I don't owe you anything for that. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me life. But if you treat me like shit and try to control me and try to keep me small, I don't fucking owe you a damn thing for that. Like, so keep that in mind. You don't have to owe them anything for, you know, just because they're family, or just because, you know, they're, you know, long-term friends. They've been there for, you know, through the years, but looking back and you're realizing, wow, you are a real piece of shit to me. Like, what the fuck? So with that, just remind yourself and like question like how you start noticing how you feel after these interactions with people. And that will show you a big thing on on what their intentions are. Because you should never feel drained after interacting with a person. If there's an unequal exchange. Like, yes, you have to deal with people at work. Yes. That's just, unfortunately, you have to run into people. But if it's a choice, like, you know, seeing your fucking family members every day, like, yeah, in some instances you can't help that because you're living with them. But you also don't have to submit to every control tactic they have. You don't have to do everything they tell you to do. And there's ways out of it. If they're not good for you, then they're not good for you. I'm sure this message is going to piss a lot of people off. Good. Because if you're triggered, that means there's room for growth. Fuck yeah. Okay, so we got the shark. I fucking love sharks. I think they're so badass. I used to have a STI, Subaru WRX STI, not a sexually transmitted infection, just to be clear. So, and I called it Sharky, and I was like, my little Sharky, because it looked like a little shark. I had the carbon fiber deck lid on it with the built-in spoiler, so I had the nice swoop, so it looked like a fin of a shark, and I had like the little spikies on the roof, and so I just called it Sharky, and it was so cute. And it was fast, and it was fierce, and it was fun. It ended up being a piece of shit, so I got rid of it. But anyway, oh, for any of those like fuck boys that are into cars like that, it was a 2011, so just in case you were wondering. So I had the bigger engine in it. But anyway, on this shark, so sharks can only, like, they can't stop moving. So because you've awakened with this bear, you've come out of your slumber, out of your hibernation, into this spiritual awakening. Your momentum hasn't stopped, and you can't stop, and you won't stop. And with this, like, the shark's eyes are like, they don't have any coverage. They're intense looking. Sharks are just like pointy and fierce looking, like all of them. Even the nice little ones, they just have this like powerful look to them. And that's what you exude. That by you awakening and with continuing with this forward movement, because you can't stop. Because I think it's sharks can't stop because they have to breathe. I don't fucking know. Someone can say it in the comments. Someone smarter than me with the science about that. But I know that they have to keep moving. And with that, like, you're becoming more and more fierce by stepping into your power. And on that, and with the car thing, with my Subaru, I'm getting that it's like fast and powerful, like you're gaining like just more horsepower, if you will. Like you're getting more and more intense, like stronger and faster, and you're excelling quickly. As long as you're keeping up on this. And interestingly, the card that came with that was the King of Swords. So, and he's penetrating, he's fierce, cold, logic over feelings, money over bitches, if you will. I'm just kidding. Spiritual growth over bitches, okay? Directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say that what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. So, what did it say? Directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. And I always say the King of Swords has the sword of truth. He cuts through the bullshit. He's about truth. He can seek things out, observe, use his intellect, because he's the most intelligent of the kings, to expose. And the swords, they rule like words and things like that. So using your throat chakra, using your mouth and your words to expose the truth, come out with the truth. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. Fucking cut that shit off. Use the sword to cut motherfuckers off and just to expose the truth. Maybe you just need to tell people like, hey, you're being a fucking asshole. You're crossing my damn boundaries. I'm fucking sick of it. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong. But when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. So your thoughts, if you're not fucking making action to cut this shit off, it's gonna keep bothering you. It's gonna keep making you like, doon, 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 doon. Like they're, because I think like sharks, like, they circle them around and they like block the fish in and shit like that. Like they're precise killers. They plot, like they have a way of controlling the situation and taking shit out, which you're gonna have to cut some motherfuckers off, lay down that sort of truth, lay that fucking truth on some bitches. And you start living in your truth by being your fucking self. And saying what you really want to yourself, even being honest with yourself, not just others as well. I mean, obviously, yes, you need to expose the truth and you're going to feel so fucking free from that. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when the shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. So use your logic, use your analytical skills to analyze the situation. What the fuck? What do I really want? Is this good for me? By, collecting the data of how do I feel when I leave this person? How do I feel around this person? Do I have weird body aches? Does my back hurt because I'm carrying this burden for them? I notice when I'm around people that like use my energy, or like, just talk to me to just like use me as a springboard and to basically talk at me like I'm a mannequin because they get their energy, they leech their energy off of me that way, or my energy, I should say. I'll get this backache and my lower back and my upper back between my shoulder blades, because like it's just a burden to carry. They're trying to put their shit on me and they don't do anything for me, so I'm just carrying that burden for them. And like my traps start hurting and I just get these like weird body tension, muscle stuff going on. So paying attention to your body and how you feel. Do you feel drained? Do you just like, when you walk away, you have like no like critical thinking skills anymore? You're just completely depleted. You're like, I want to lay down. I need a coffee. I need a fucking Red Bull. I need an energy drink of some sort. Or like you feel the urge to like go drink or do something, like indulge in these like things, like lower vibe things, because you're so depleted and you have these like habits that aren't like, that's just how you deal with things, instead of realizing that these people are depleting you and putting their shit onto you, and you're not protecting your energy by putting like that energetic field between you and them and flushing their energy out. So I like to use the lightning rod thing, where I imagine I have these like metal roots coming out of my spine and out of my feet, and the lightning bolt strikes me and it like flushes everything out into the earth, and it's just my energy and the energy of the Most High in me. God, these motherfuckers do not want me to get this message out. Good luck. There's two more. We got Peacock. And with that, I'm seeing like putting your confidence out there. Because I'm seeing like these people that they don't want, you can't stand to see me shine, better buy a visor. You don't ever cross my mind, what's a sheep to a tiger? All eyes on me, peepers, you are jeepers creepers. Heard the gossip, heard the rumor that you said you made me who I am. They don't like seeing you in your confident state. They don't like seeing you win. So like you have a tendency to like hide wins from people. That's a sign that they are not good for you. If you feel the need to hide good news from somebody because they have a weird reaction, or they have to like dampen it, or like put the fear in you, like with the rabbit, where it's like, well, what if this happens? What if you lose this? What if you do the... That's a sign that you should probably cut them out or do something about it. Put a boundary up. You don't have to fucking cut everybody out, but there's some boundaries that do need to be set in order to protect your energy. So putting yourself out there, like peacocking, like, yeah, I'm the shit. Like I am confident. not arrogance, not cockiness, just being confident in showing your true self and who you are and how wonderful you are. And like, yeah, I'm fucking winning. Like, and also like standing in your power when somebody tries to dampen that. Where's that fucking peacock? There we go. Ooh, so we have the justice card. Interesting. Huh. I'm seeing that as you winning and like putting it out there. Like once you cut these people off or like, you know, set the boundary, because she also has a sword. She's able to cut the bullshit as well, the sword of truth. By doing that, your wins are what bring justice. Because you cut them out, you did the hard work, this uncomfortable stuff of like setting boundaries and speaking your truth and coming out. That's going to be your justice because you're going to win and these people are going to watch you win. And they're just going to have to watch from afar because they were leeches. Inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. It does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. Interesting. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. Ooh, okay, so in this spiritual growth, being able to digest this yucky stuff that you're finding out about these people, the exposure, because you're growing and you're coming out of this sleep and seeing that people are trying to put fear in you with this rabbit and, you know, having to be like, fuck, these people never had my back. Or, you know, however you want to see it, like, man, they have tried to keep me small. They don't want to see me shine. And they've tried to just use me. They've just, you know, they've wanted me to stay like, what's a sheep to a tiger? They wanted you to be in that herd mentality. And you're seeing that and being able to digest it and accept it for what it is and move forward, that's going to be the best thing for your confidence. And being able to just be like, you know what, fuck it. Some people are like that. Yeah, they fucking backstab me. That really hurt. But that's just who they are. That's where they're at in their growth. And accepting that. Like I said, it's extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of self and others. So it's going to take time to get to that point, but you can get to that point where it's like, you know what, fuck it. That shit happened. I got to digest it. I got to, you know, process that and let it go. Yeah, they fucked me over, but guess what? Once you come out of that, that's when your justice comes. Once you start moving on and using that sword of truth and living your truth and speaking your truth and cutting people out that don't serve you, that's when you're going to come into this acceptance of yourself and, you know, the shitty things you've done, but also the shitty things other people have done and just being like, you know what, that was past them, that was past me, let's move on from it. These people don't deserve to be in my life anymore until they grow, or just at all ever, because they're not going to grow, they're not willing to, or, you know, however, whatever boundaries you need to put up. Maybe you just only send them birthday cards or something, you know, something. There's just, the relationships will have to shift in order to benefit you and help you grow. One more card. This one's the shit. I fucking love Cobras. If I'm correct, someone I'm sure will fucking correct me in the comments. Cobras are like, they like to fuck with people. They actually like not just, they're like intelligent, reptiles, because they play with people and, they're like the only snakes that like attack people for fun. Like they're kind of like similar to orcas. Like obviously it's still a reptile, so it like has that reptile brain, but it's more on the intellectual side of reptiles, and it's very interesting because they're like deadly as fuck and they are fast as fuck. They're long ass snakes. They are long motherfucking snakes. Venomous, and they like fuck with people. They like you know, or people or things. They like hunt, like not just as a protection. They like attack not just to protect, but just because they're like on the smarter end of things. It's like a game for them. I might be wrong, fucking correct me if you will, but that's the fucking message here. So your intellect, your ability to do this shit, and like you have this ability to like seek things out and attack and like just cut it out and be done with it. And that's a powerful thing. Like that, I mean, when you see a fucking cobra, like that is just a powerful fucking animal. They're long as fuck, but they are fast. Because usually like long snakes aren't as fast. But these fuckers, these fucking cocksuckers here, they're fast as fuck, boy. They're fast as fucking fuck. So, and then they're intense. They let you know, like by getting big, they're like, yeah, you don't want to fuck with me. And that is you stepping into your power, stepping into your higher self, and showing people what the fuck is up. Do you want me to fan out my little gill, whatever the fuck those are called? Do you want me to fan out and show you where I'm at with this? Because I'm not fucking playing this anymore. And we did get the world in reverse. I'm seeing that as cycles that haven't yet been closed, and you stepping into your higher self and that power to close these cycles out, complete the cycle, because this is the last card in the major arcana. So that's completed cycle. Since it is in reverse, you're going to have to use this power because it's also the fire element. So you got to use this intensity, this power, this strength, this creativity to get this done. Step into your higher self, step into your power to get this done. 818 on the clock. I don't know if that's relevant to you, but here you go. Pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. This is way different than what like I was interpreting, but you know. The cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who lead us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And being willing to learn these lessons of like, okay, I was overexerting myself. I was hurting myself by staying in these dynamics and learning from it, accepting it, and still being able to learn coming out of this. Like knowing that once you cut these cycles off, there's still more and more to learn. But stepping into your power, and knowing that you have the strength, the intellect, the intelligence, all of that, excuse me, I burped, all of that to overcome anything that you want. I'm almost out of time here, but I did get the high priestess. So you are stepping into your intellect, your intelligence. And with that waiting, where it said with the cobra, waiting and observing, you might have to be in some situations where you have to wait and observe and use your inner eye to, and interestingly how like it's like snake looking things with eyes, using your inner knowing on who, like paying attention to like how your body feels, how you feel after you're done interacting with people, and using that inner knowing and collecting the data to make the right moves at the right time. And we have the page of cults, which with that cobra where it was the teacher, being willing to learn from these lessons and not holding on to this resentment that this happened, and just understanding that these people using you, mistreating you, not wanting to see you shine was just a lesson to become even more strong, to step into your power. And we have the hanged man, and I'm seeing that along with that peacock here. with digesting and seeing things from a different perspective. That was a lesson for me. You know, because you see things differently when you hang upside down, right? 44444 on the clock. Seeing things differently, and where we have that little snake thing, like that was part of you being able to shed your skin and become stronger. Like, shitty things have to happen in order for you to grow, in order for you to raise spiritually. Because if nothing bad happens, no contrast, no conflict, nothing crunchy happens, you won't grow. You'll just stay stagnant because it's comfortable. And knowing that and seeing that as like a good thing is going to help you grow and digest and just accept it for what it was. And thanking them and being grateful that that experience happened, because you're a different person now. You're higher in vibration now. You are rising higher and higher and higher for every shitty thing that's happened to you, and transmuting that. And this too might be, because the Hanged Man can be like non-movement. So I'm seeing that as by not doing shit that people tell you to do, and listening to yourself, that high priestess, that inner knowing, that's going to be where you set boundaries. Maybe a boundary for you is you just not interacting with that person. Maybe it's not you doing, you know, going over to your parents' house at their beck and call, like every time that they, you know, say, oh, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, come over, or, you know, setting those boundaries and be like, no, and just not doing it. Because you're drained from it, you feel used, you're not getting anything in return. Not that everything has to be transactional, but if you know that they're intentionally just using you and you feel drained from it because they don't reciprocate any sort of like effort that you exude, then you need to cut that off, cut your energy off, because it's just draining you. And we have the Tower here. So by tearing these faulty, shitty foundations that were set by, you know, like your parents or your family or your spouse, whatever, partner, friends, manipulating you and guilting you into acting a certain way to control you, by tearing those things down and saying like, oh, well, you owe me because I've been here for you your whole life, or you owe me because we've been friends forever, blah, blah, blah. By tearing those old thought forms down, you are going to get a blessing. Your abundance is all going to come in. I see that as this little frog here too, this abundance, this wind, making it rain, the bag, because this is the 9 of Cups here, 9 of Curses in this deck. So your spirit guides are going to be bringing all this shit in. See how like the little lightning bolts are hitting? It's going to come in quick as soon as you cut this bullshit out and break down these shitty manipulative foundations. One more just for funsies, and then I'll say goodbye. I love you so much, babies. You're so wonderful, and you are kind, beautiful, amazing, strong people, and you're doing so great on this path, and I'm so fucking proud of you, and I'm glad you're here with me. I'm so fucking grateful that you watch these videos, and I'm just glad that we're creating a community of growing stronger, raising in vibration, and in tune, like supporting each other through this as we push against these old, the status quo, if you will. So we have abstract. And I'm kind of seeing this also with that Hanged Man. Seeing things, you know, it doesn't always have to have like this deep ass meaning. Like, yeah, this person was shitty to me, and not taking it personal. It wasn't anything to do with you. It was to do with them and their problems. In fact, it's because, if anything, it's because you're just this amazing, beautiful, wonderful light being, and they are jealous. Or, you know, it showed how they need to grow and they were triggered, but they didn't want to do anything about it. They loved being pissed off and triggered and annoyed and wanted to control versus doing something about it. Keep doing this growth, babies. I love you so much, and thank you for being here. And you are doing so good. I'm so fucking proud of you. Keep it up. You are strong as fuck. Yes, sometimes this path really fucking sucks and you're just like, I am so drained. Please stop. But it's worth it. And you can't, once you start, you can't stop with this shark. It just keeps going because you're going to keep seeing that you don't want to be stuck. You want to keep growing. You want to keep moving forward. So keep that up. I love you so much, babies. Have a wonderful day. Just keep doing you. You're hot. I'm crushing on every single one of you. And thank you for being here.